I can switch between the two. But this button, I can switch between and Spanish. So does that make a difference? I don't. In this, there is an option for me to switch between Spanish and English.
Switch it.
He's in the Spanish. I can hear Suchit.
No, you are in the English.
What? Mushrooms?
1 kilo, please.
Ah, that's my. I have nothing else open. Yeah.
So we know something.
Yes.
say something actually. Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
the other day I was
Do
working again looking for.
okay. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Then why? What does this button? But what does this button do otherwise? So I think it's a good thing to try that. Because that's something I think we need to check, right? So we might have a certain problem with when there is a problem with one of the interpreters, for example, we need somebody else to take over. That's what I'm trying to explain. Do you hear me?
Sorry, Maritza.
I like it.
Sorry.
Sorry. So now what we're gonna do is that when Vera speaks English, when we are speaking English, you continue. When we are speaking, you are translating in French or Kefe or whatever language, and when Kefe in Kiswahili or whatever language you want to speak.
We
okay?
can start in Sinhala. I
Then
can go.
Ruchi, exactly. So when Ruchi speaks, yes, and then Suchit will be speaking in English, Chinese, actually, right?
Not yet.
We don't see the interpretation channels yet.
No.
Yeah,
There we go.
gone.
There we go.
Now
It should be set up.
Yeah, but it's
No,
No
but you have
Chinese.
English. There is no Chinese.
Oh, that's weird. Sorry. That should have been set up. Sorry, give me 2 seconds, guys.
So probably you need to do it from Chinese to English or whatever was the way we did the others. Exactly, Chinese to English and remove English.
Okay, so it should be, so it's English to French, English to Spanish,
I
right?
don't know what is a sign.
Buenos días a todos y bienvenidos a la Semana Mundial de Fe en Acción, y niños de todo el mundo nos van a participar esta vez, ya no sé lo que estoy diciendo, de la educación en esta situación. Voy a empezar esta presentación compartiendo cómo los niños de diferentes lugares del mundo han tenido diferentes experiencias, India, Rumania, diferentes países del mundo, y que son parte del mundo de Arigatou. Los niños que van a participar que están participando el día de hoy, por favor, pueden enviar sus preguntas y sus ideas y presentarse en el chat. Todos los que están en la transmisión en vivo también pueden compartirnos sus preguntas. Uno de los niños más activos que tenemos en el club es Kefe, y Kefe ha estado muy activo durante esta pandemia y ha estado motivando a otros niños en Kenia. ¿Nos pudieras compartir sobre el trabajo que has hecho en Kenia? ¿Puedes hablar tu propio idioma? Reta va a traducir tu idioma. Kefe? Yo no tengo acceso a la que puedo traducir al español. Ruchi, pero yo no estaba, I wasn't listening, I wasn't hearing anything. I couldn't interpret into Spanish. I'm talking to you.
So, th- th- okay, so guys, there are two people talking. Sorry. Yeah. Suchit, can you please speak up once again? Nikki, yeah, okay. Nikki, can you switch me to a language, please? Nikki, can you switch me as a translator? That I'll try and.
Sure. Any language in particular? This is weird. Chinese. Okay, I've just
Yeah,
added
we
you.
got it. Yeah, I am now Chinese to English. That's what you did, right? But this is what Suchit already has, isn't it? No. Nikki, can you hear me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Sure. Okay, now you're cut off. Yeah. Yeah, now you're good.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, gotcha.
But
Okay.
Reta, Suchit, are you translating?
Okay.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, yes. So okay, so I heard 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes, and I didn't hear anything.
Ah, wait. I know why that is. Wait. Sorry, I know why this has been screwed up. Let me change this. Sorry, try that again. Because Suchit was set to English to Chinese, and you were set to Chinese to English. That's why. Sorry.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I'm on English now.
I'm in English, yeah. English. Yes. I'm in Chinese. I'm in Chinese now and I cannot hear anyone.
I'm in English now. I only hear Maria Lucia.
Yes. Yes. I cannot hear you.
I don't hear anyone. Only Maria Lucia. But Ruchi, you were in the English channel.
Yes. Yeah, but the problem is with the interpreter. The problem is with the interpreters, right?
Yes, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
not.
Users have all things fine.
Yes. So, for example, if Vera is speaking in Spanish, the interpreter for Chinese will not understand Spanish. So he needs to hear the interpretation in English to be able to translate in Chinese. That's the problem. So Suchit, who is interpreting in Chinese, he doesn't understand Spanish. So he needs to listen to the translation in English to Maritza to be able to translate to you in Chinese.
I think there's no point in us kind of doing this
Suchit,
right
we cannot
now.
hear you. Suchit?
I'm on the normal call. I don't have interpretation. So do you hear me now?
Vera Lee.
Vera can hear me. Do you hear me, Maria Lucia? Go back to the normal.
I hear you, Suchit.
Okay, Maria Lucia can't seem to hear.
I'm now in English, now
do you hear
Chinese.
me? Go to turn off.
And I cannot hear.
Turn off. Turn off interpretation.
Suchit, in which channel are you? Chinese now?
No, I don't. I'm not an interpreter anymore.
I cannot hear Suchit.
Can Nikki tell her, because I can't.
Suchit, in which channel?
Yeah, he's not in any channel. Just turn interpretation off. He's just on a normal channel. Like, he's not on any channel. He's just normal.
So maybe
do you hear
that's
me?
not possible through Zoom.
Do you hear me?
So maybe that's not possible through Zoom. But how did we do before when we had actually, for example, before Marjan was doing always interpretation to English. So did you hear before, Maritza? Maritza, can you turn off so that we can hear you? Turn off interpretation or go to English. Maritza?
Do you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Maritza? We lost Maritza? No, Maritza? We cannot hear you. Can you hear Maritza? Maybe she's not Maritza. It's Marita. Marita, can you hear us?
Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Suchit, but not Marita.
Okay. The issue is, I think there's no point us kind of testing this more and more. We need to go and do a research whether relaying interpretation, it's called relaying interpretation, whether that's available in Zoom or not, because
Yes,
us just spending time on this doesn't work.
Yes, Suchit, but I want to know if before, when we actually had the interpreter in English, like it was Marjan, if the interpreters could hear that. I imagine they did. You were not interpreter when Marjan was there. Reta, when Marjan was doing interpretation for Kefe, could you hear? I cannot hear Reta or Maritza.
Is your interpretation turned off? You need to turn it off to hear them.
Now.
Then
Maritza, can you speak? I cannot hear. And Reta, but
Hello?
Suchit, can you
Do
speak?
you hear me?
I cannot hear Suchit.
I don't know.
Suchit.
I am speaking.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm speaking.
Can you hear Ruchi? Can you hear Suchit?
Nikki
I
can hear me.
Hear Suchit as
I cannot
well.
hear Suchit. I have English on.
Ah, wait, I know why. It's because they're set to interpreters, so they have just the channels that they're stuck on, so they can't turn
And
off
then
translation.
I hear, like, Nikki, are you speaking? I cannot hear Nikki.
She's accessing channels.
I cannot hear Suchit.
Nikki,
No.
she's going to English to listen to us, but she doesn't hear either of us.
I
Okay,
cannot hear.
yeah. Okay, so I'm on the English channel now. So the problem is, the reason we can't hear Maritza or Reta is because they are set as interpreters. So they only have access to, in this case, English or their respective channels. Suchit,
No,
yeah, but it's in this
before
case,
we started, Nikki, we could hear them before. And I was now listening to, yes.
yeah. Yeah,
Do you
there
hear
you go.
me?
So
No one
everyone
is
good?
the interpreter now.
No
Guys, can
interpretation.
everyone hear?
I can hear.
Okay, we're good.
Vera? No.
Vera had to leave because she had
Vera left,
Ah, right.
so there
Okay.
should just be.
Cafe is there?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, he's there.
I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah. Maritza?
Maritza is there.
You're-
I'm here.
So everyone is here back. Okay.
So-
It was a
My quick Google search said that this is called relaying interpretation. So if you can search how does Zoom support relay interpretation, we should be able to figure out if that is supported
Yeah,
or not.
but my point is that I want to understand if before, and that's what I was asking Reta and Maritza, when Marjan was doing interpretation in English for Kefe, did you hear?
No.
I think I heard. I think I remember hearing both of them speaking.
Because
Not
maybe that's the thing, that we will always need someone doing the other language. So we need actually two interpreters. So one that does the for example, for Vera, Maritza is doing interpretation of what Vera is saying into Spanish all the time. But when Vera needs to understand English, you will
So
also
if there are two, if there's one translation, there might be two translators that is all those three are connected.
So why don't we try that for Sinhala? Let Shanali be as audience, and then Ruchi and I can interpret between the two directions and try that in Sinhala.
Yeah, Chinese. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. So what do we do?
Shanali
Suchit?
can speak. Shanali can speak at some point, and then
I will
can take
translate that to Sinhalese, and you can try. She's speaking in Sinhala, and then I am going to.
I'll be speaking in English, interpreting her into English.
Do I do the Spanish?
But when Maria Lucia is speaking, then you can do that to Sinhala, so that Shanali can.
Well, she won't understand Sinhala.
Shanali will understand.
No, that's not.
Shanali needs to understand Sinhala. What Maria Lucia is saying, she needs to understand in Sinhala. So she would have selected the Chinese channel, right? She's on the Chinese channel. So
sorry. So Shanali will speak in Sinhala as a speaker. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So she's going to speak to the whole audience in Sinhalese or Chinese. Yeah. And then you're going to listen to that and translate that to English.
Yes.
And what am I going to translate this to? I have to translate to someone else's language.
You are going to translate when Maria Lucia speaks. You have to translate that into Sinhala, so that Shanali can listen to what Maria Lucia, the question Maria Lucia is asking. Shanali needs to understand.
Correct. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
So
every time. Yeah.
So does that mean I need to then set Ruchi up as translator from Chinese to English, in this case, Sinhala to English?
Can we do this? Can we have this on the this thing itself?
Yes,
can we switch? All of us will become French. Sinhalese become French, and let's use the French channel. So this is on the live thread as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
That's good. So Nikki, what you're gonna do is you're gonna make me a translator from English to French.
Okay. And then
right.
And then
French to English. French. French to English is Suchit.
Yeah, gotcha. I'm doing that now.
No.
French to English. Yeah. Okay, so.
And English to what?
That's and somebody can do it.
Yeah, that's it.
Spanish. Maritza can do English to Spanish to see if Maritza can hear what I'm saying in English. Then she should be able to check again whether she hears.
Maria is saying on the chat that Zoom doesn't support relay. She just read about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, looks like most companies use third-party software to communicate between the interpreters. So most of them seem to use like a WhatsApp thing or something that's outside of Zoom to allow the interpreters to communicate with each other.
Which is not gonna be easy for us. So I think that's too complicated. It's not if it was just one session, but we have a bunch of sessions with this, so that would be difficult to organize. I think the best option for us is to do what we were doing today, where we have the persons doing the translation. So we need 2 interpreters. And then for each language. I mean, everyone needs to, everyone needs to understand English. All the interpreters, of course, understand English. So, for example, if you speak in Sinhalese,
Not here, Suchi.
But that's what I was asking, Suchi, that before when we did with Marjan translating to Kefe, Reta could hear the English. And then she could speak to translate in whatever language, in French.
But wasn't that because he had feedback on the microphone? That's because there was feedback on the microphone. It's not because of the channels, it's because he didn't have a headset, so it was feeding back into the microphone.
But we did it after, so that's what I wanted to see. Yes. So let's do that, Nikki. Add another interpreter here for English,
Sure.
from English to Spanish, or whatever, English to Spanish to English.
Okay, so
And
I'm
then,
gonna put Maritza, English to Spanish.
no, but Maritza was what? I mean, she needs to remain as she was. You need to add someone else.
Okay, so what should I add?
So which way?
So
What should I be doing?
Spanish to English, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so right now I have Maritza going English to Spanish, Reta, Spanish to English. What else? Okay, so then.
So Maritza is actually from English to Spanish because that's, I know she's doing the interpretation to Spanish, yeah. So she's always speaking in Spanish. So that should be for
Okay.
Maritza, from English to Spanish.
Yeah, that's what I got here.
Spanish, and then Reta would be from Spanish to English. So Reta is the
yeah,
one,
then I've
we
then
will
I've
also.
Rushi going English to French, then Suchi French to English.
Will I be translating what Marisa says? If I'm doing Spanish to English.
Okay. Yeah, so then you add Chinese. On the French?
Yeah, just well, we're just using that for now. Sinhalese is now French.
Okay, so who are the speakers now? So, Jefe will be speaking in what language? Okay, so we have only two languages. We have two languages, English, French, and Spanish. Okay, and then who is translating to French? But wait, because that's not solving the problem. Inhala, yeah. But this is not, no, I don't think we are doing this for the Sinhala. We are doing it for the Spanish English only. That's why we gave the Reta the Spanish English. We are not doing anything now with this Sinhala. We are just doing. Well, it matters because we have put Reta now as English and Spanish, and Maritza Spanish English. So that is what we are testing now. And what we are testing is that if you, the other interpreters, can hear when Reta speaks. That's what we're testing. Okay, so Kefe is the Spanish speaker. Kefe, you can speak in whatever language. And then you are in the Kefe, you're Spanish one, so you are like Vera before. So what you do is that you click on Spanish to hear what Maritza is telling you. And then that's it. And then Reta, when Kefe speaks in Spanish, you need to speak in English to all of us. And then who is and Ruchi, you just need to know to hear to make sure that you hear the English. And that you can translate to Suchit or whoever you are translating into whatever language. Right? So shall we start? And this is live stream, right? Are we going to live stream just to make sure that the languages are also live stream or not? Can't hear you.
Live stream. It's on the live stream.
Okay.
I can't hear anyone.
Okay, I cannot hear Maritza. Maritza, okay, hear you. Okay, Kefe, can you hear Maritza? Kefe, can you hear Maritza? You have to go to the Spanish, Kefe. Are you in the Spanish?
I was in the Spanish one to English. I couldn't hear anything. Now,
You need to be in
I'm
the
back
Spanish
to Spanish now. I'm back to
because
Spanish.
only Spanish. Okay.
I still can't hear anything.
Maritza, can you speak so that Kefe can hear you? Kefe, can you hear? Kefe, are you in the Spanish? Kefe,
Yes, I'm in the Spanish.
can you hear Maritza?
Yes.
Speak? Okay.
I am in the Spanish.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you, Maritza. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, Maritza.
Rita, can you speak? Rita, can you speak in the English?
I can hear you.
Yes. You are supposed to be you are translating to English.
Can you hear me?
Yes. If that's what you have now, I can hear you.
Yes.
Is that what you have now? Okay. Rita, you are supposed to hear Kefe. Can you hear Kefe?
I can't hear anything.
You can? Kefe, can you speak? Kefe, can you speak?
Kefe?
Maritza, because you need to translate. When we say Kefe, can you hear? Then you need to translate.
Yes, hello.
Okay, good.
Hello?
And then, can you speak?
Hello.
Okay. And then, who is your interpreter? Suchit? Suchit? Can you speak? Okay.
Kefe, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Who is interpreting? But you are not, you are interpreter, okay. So when Kefe speaks, what you need to check, Suchit, is that, but Ruchi is interpreter as well. We don't need Ruchi as an interpreter.
Can you repeat that, please? Maria Lucia, can you repeat that, please? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you put your camera? Kefe, can you put your camera? Kefe, can you put the camera? Uno, dos, tres. Ahora, bienvenidos todos a la Semana Mundial de Fe en Acción para los Niños. Ese es el ensayo número 1. Estamos aquí. Voy a iniciar mostrando este trabajo que Arigatou ha hecho con sus socios. Hoy tenemos un participante muy importante de Kenia, Kefe, que ha estado participando. Kefe, estamos muy contentos de tenerte aquí y esperamos que nos compartas sobre el trabajo que has hecho.
Am I supposed to speak?
Can you hear me, María Lucía? María Lucía, can you hear me? She's talking to you. Okay, are you listening to her?
No, I didn't hear Maria Lucia. I still can't hear Maria Lucia.
You need to mute.
The language I want to talk.
Can you mute the audio?
Can I do what? Hello? Yes, I can hear.
You hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear Maria
Yes, I
Lucia?
can hear you. No, I cannot hear Maria.
Whatever Maria Lucia is saying to you, Kefe.
Okay.
Thank you, Kefe, for inviting us today. So, please share with us your experience in Kenya.
Hapa Kenya tangu koroni kuja kumekuwa kubaya sana, watu wamepoteza kazi, watoto wakatoka shuleni na kumaanisha masomo ilipotea na watu wengi wakapoteza kazi, na kumekuwa kubaya sana na bado ni kubaya, na bado ndio watu wanajaribu at least kujirudisha katika hali zao za kawaida. Lakini hata hivi sasa ambavyo tunaongea, hali ya ugonjwa pia imerudi juu zaidi. Did anyone hear me? Maritza?
I heard you.
Did you hear me?
I heard you.
Okay.
I hear you.
Okay.
Maria Alicia, can you hear me? Ruchi, can you hear me? Nay.
I agree with that too. That is true as well. That's something we'll need.
Is that you have three different users who speaks in 3 different languages are coming to this session. Is that one?
Yes, that's the
And
challenge right now we are facing.
except for the hosting language, which could be the English.
2 other languages.
Right? So
English,
2 other languages.
2 other.
Well, 2 other no, Suchi, because I see for the Kefe, can you confirm? There is one session on poverty that they have Arabic, French, and Spanish, 3 languages plus English. Yeah, so we will need to see what to do for this case. I don't foresee maybe other cases, but
for that particular session, we might not be able to do sequential, what do you call
simultaneous.
simultaneous interpretation for some of the languages. So for example, Arabic might have to be somebody saying it. So that session might need to be managed differently than to others, because if you try to find a common solution for everything, it becomes very complicated. If that's only one session that has that problem, it's a matter of adjusting that session and how we manage that session. So we shouldn't make the whole solution for the rest of the things complicated because of that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
isolate that problem and solve it isolated rather than trying to solve it separate fully for everything.
Yes. So, yeah, I see, for
That's-
example,
Yeah, go on.
I'm looking at the list of events, Ruchian, to understand how many events do we have with this issue. So at the moment, what I can see is that there is only one session that has these 4 languages. And then there is one on the last day that also has 3 languages. So
Which 3 languages for that session?
the last one is this dialogue with this UN ambassador, goodwill ambassador, and that will be Spanish, Arabic, and English. But for this, what I understand is that they want to live stream in the 3 languages, but internally they will speak in English. So that I can check, because if that's the case, we are fine. We can live stream in many languages, on 3 languages, but we cannot do this interpretation here, work for others. So Kefe is your session where we need to, one solution could be that actually the kids understand some English. And so, yeah, we will need to see what could be let's look more separately. What are the needs, Kefe, for your session? And then we try.
Maybe just as a suggestion, Maria Lucia, if we have maybe a local translator organized in Nairobi, is there a way that from French to English can help? Can he be roped into the Zoom, or can they maybe accompany children? Or how can that help? Just in case the French interpretation here doesn't work.
You need that the interpreter is seated with the child? Or what do you mean?
I think that will not be. I think it will not be possible the interpreter to be seated with the child, because the interpreter we can only find here in Nairobi, and some of the children will be in places like, let's say, Comoros, in places like, let's say, in Senegal, away from Nairobi. So I don't know if technically that can help.
Technically, then there's no difference whether the interpreter sits in Nairobi or in Paris. Doesn't make a difference on the platform, wherever they connect from.
Okay. Okay, I understand, Suji, understand.
Yeah, exactly. Nabi, what you're saying is that it's seated there, so there is not adding another connection, but it doesn't matter. Kefe.
Okay.
So right now, the only solution I see practical and simple is to have non-synchronous interpretation for one of the languages.
Yes.
But that's probably the only thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what needs to happen. So the child gets the interpretation in Arabic all the time, but when he speaks, then the person needs to translate. What's the other name? Simultaneous.
I forgot the name.
How do you say? Simultaneous and?
The one where it's like, is it relayed interpretation? Is that it?
No. So you do simultaneous interpretation when someone speaks after you. This is what?
Oh, I have no idea, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I forgot the term.
Okay.
Oh, is it delayed interpretation? Is that it?
No, consecutive.
That's the one.
Consecutive interpretation. Okay, Ruchi. You are hungry? We are hungry?
No.
Okay, so I think that's the solution. Let's not complicate ourselves. this worked well with the live streaming is fine. And I will check again the live streaming to see if everything was okay. Maybe what we need to go and check quickly if the French work with the sound, because we didn't check that.
You can do that now. The link is there.
I'm gonna do that. So for those languages, we do that consecutive interpretation for the children, and the children will be able to get the in their own language, but when they speak, it's consecutive. So that we do. Then
And maybe the suggestion that there is somebody locally who can help with one side of the interpretation for the child at least. That might be a backup to have available on site.
Okay, I'm gonna share the screen just to see why.
Breakout interpretation, it doesn't have to, we have not,
It's gonna be someone else who will need to join the Zoom room and just speak when the child does speak after the child or the person. So I'm gonna put the French.
You can start you can go to the beginning, I think. Maria. Maria, you can go to the beginning of this video.
Yes, I'm going to the beginning. Just loading. There's no sound. Is this the right link? Anali?
Go to a point where you were speaking when I was interpreting, because I couldn't hear. So there are other parts I might not be talking at all. So because I was the one to interpret in the French channel, right? So it has to be some part where you were speaking English that I heard and I interpreted.
No, Reta needed to be speaking all the time in French to whoever.
This was when I'm on the French channel in the last, Reta wasn't.
No, switch it. Before we did the test, Reta had to do because it's for the live